This is a paddle that was returned to Amazon and I picked it up really cheap. Hello inflatable fans, I hope you're all well. Today I'm testing out a new paddle and there she is. Now you can tell it's good because it even tells you on the paddle, best. Best marine and outdoors. Now this is a fully carbon shaft. It is very light. 234 centimeters I think it said it was. And it does have some rather naff. It's come with these very naff drip rings. It is a bit of a budget carbon paddle. It's got fiberglass blades. And thankfully they don't have an awful lot of flex to them. They're quite stiff. A little bit of flex that way, but not much where you want it that way. But because it's got these naff drip rings, I've already prepared a couple of pool noodle bits to go over those to help that. Let's get them fitted. Right, so that's those fitted. Now this is a two-piece paddle and it does have feathering adjustments on it too. The first thing I kind of noticed with this is that the blades aren't totally symmetrical, so I think I am going to use this in a feathered format. It's not, they're not totally out, they're just not the best. I don't know how best to show you this. They're just a little bit out of alignment by about 5 degrees, I think 10 degrees. So I'm going to feather it, or maybe not. I'll try it as it is for now. In terms of balance, it does sit quite nicely with the blades upright. Using the Aquatech Ottawa today, let's go. Well, the first thing I can tell you is this does feel very light, very light. It feels really nice in that respect. So I'm just going to sort of like take this for a bit of a mooch up the canal basin here at Naban Loch in York. Yeah, my first thoughts, very light. I think I said I was going to test this in the feathered configuration, but I haven't. I've just sort of like put it in the water as it is. And I have to say, it is moving me very nicely through the water. I can't feel any flex. If I pull quite hard, I can't feel any flex on those blades. When you've got a really soft bladed paddle and you pull hard on the blade, you can feel it give in the water. Yeah, this is actually quite nice. Yeah, really nice. It's so light. Tiny little bit of rattle. But there's going to be a little bit because it has to slide on. But yeah, it actually feels alright. I think I am just going to try it in that feathered configuration I mentioned. Wrong way around. That's better. I haven't paddled with a feathered blade for a long time. Yeah, prefer it flat. I think you can probably see it is moving me very nicely through the water. I'm travelling upriver at the moment. Granted, the water's low and the flow is slow. And I'm a poet and I didn't know. Yeah, quite enjoying this. Although I do think if I hadn't put these on, I think I'd be cursing it. Morning, alright. Yeah, I think I'd be cursing this paddle if I hadn't put the pool noodle bits on. For me, this is not a bad length. I tend to favour a longer paddle the 240 mark. One that I use a lot is 250 centimeters. Another one that I use a lot is 240 centimeters. And as I say, this one 234. Yeah, it feels alright. Do you know what? It's a little bit better than I expected. I think it's about 100 grams lighter than the Aquamarina carbon paddle, the KP3 that I've recently reviewed. And that little bit of paddle that's out of alignment, I don't know whether that's meant to be that way, but it's not causing me any issues. So it might just be... Right, actually, in all honesty, I need to admit something here. This is a paddle that was returned to Amazon, and I picked it up really cheap. I can't remember what the price these go for generally. I'll put that on the screen. But yeah, I picked this up as a return, so it might be somebody's returned it because of that. But like I say, not causing me any issues. So I've got a bargain. Bargain, I tell you. Yeah, this is doing all right. Do you know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn my speedo on and I'm going to see roughly what kind of speeds I can get up to using this paddle on these conditions today. Now, it is very still. Very little wind, as you can see. There's very little ripplage on the water. The ripplage that is there is caused by me. It's very calm. So what I'll do is I'll test this going upriver and then a little bit going back, and just to see what kind of momentum I can kind of get up to. It's not a high angle blade, but it does seem a little bit higher than some of my other low angle paddles. But I could be wrong on that. It could be just a perception. Anyway, I think we've got GPS. Yeah, we've got GPS. So that's 2.5 miles an hour, 3.2, 3.5. I'm not pulling particularly hard, I'm just pulling steady away. 3.7, 3.8, 3.7. Yeah, 3.7, 3.8 miles an hour. Let's give it a bit more beans and just see if we get any flex on this blade and if it'll go any faster. I can already tell it's going faster. 3.9, 4, 4.1, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, yeah, 4.2 mile an hour. And back to leisure. Yeah, that's pretty good. Quite impressed with that. Right, let's turn round and see what it's like in the other direction. It does feel nice and light. I like that aspect. It is good. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this might be my lightest paddle. The next video that I'm going to do is a bit of a paddle comparison and asking the question, should you upgrade your paddle if you've bought one of those package deals with a paddle, a boat, PFD, all that kind of thing. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. Right, let's do the speed test downriver. So I'll just pull the steadily away at the moment, pull the paddle steady like I did before. My kind of normal steady paddling speed. 3.5, 3.7. Actually, there is a slight headwind, but I'm up to 4 miles an hour. Let's give it the beams again. See if we can get beyond 4.2. 4.3, 4.4, 4.4, going downriver, yeah. And like I say, I'm not feeling any flex on these blades, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I have quite literally leisure paddled this back, and you know what, it's really nice. It's really nice. Given that I thought, you know, that blade is slightly out of alignment, I thought I was going to dislike it, but I don't. It's really nice. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, I'll put a link to this in the pinned comments and description so you can check it out for yourself. I think at full price they're about 170, and you'd probably get one that hasn't got like a manufacturing defect. If it is a defect, as I say, I don't know if it's been designed that way. It may have been. Anyway, that's all for this video. You know what to do if you like what I'm doing on this channel in terms of liking, subscribing, and all that jazz. And yeah, keep an eye out for the next video if you're interested in why you should look at upgrading your paddle if you've only got budget paddles. You take care of yourself. Cheerio. Nigel!